Well, hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It seems like it's been a while since you and I have been together.
It has.
But we are here and we are ready for a great show with you guys, and we've each had some vacation time. I went home to water ski and do all kinds of things in Indiana, and we have a drought there. So they lowered the lake and we couldn't get the boats out.
Oh no.
So I did something uniquely different. I went to an eye doctor and got ocular implants in my eyes. And this is cool because I now have 20/20 vision, whether I'm long distance or whether I'm up close. Because every time I've been on the show, I've never been able to read my papers unless I expanded them. No reading glasses ever again. So
wow.
I was very exciting. And last few days, the water came back up, and I then skied and did my thing. Wow. So that's kind of how I spent my vacation.
I'm
and
impressed.
You're in retirement now, so you did the fireworks shop, didn't you?
Did fireworks. Went to the beach twice.
Great.
So it's a great vacation, and now I'm on permanent vacation.
Now she's permanently retired, but you've already working, so at the school again. So you know she can't really leave.
Can't leave them.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got several great guests today that we will be talking with shortly. But as always, I always like to show you one of my homes. And again, you always want to call Doc Carball. And my slogan is, if you want opportunity to knock, you talk to Doc. So let's put in the house of the month. And let me tell you a little bit about this house. And Regina, you were at this house not too long ago. I think Regina goes and looks at all my houses. But here it is. And the address on this is 3705 Hillsdale Drive. It's off of Blythe Ferry Road. As you can see, it's a brick home. It's what we call a tri-level. So there's a basement, there's a main floor, and then there's an upper floor where you have the bedrooms and a bathroom. And so it's a beautiful home. Right here is the sunroom, and I think this is the room that Regina really wanted to have. Beautiful sunroom, just kind of overlooks the backyard. The house is selling for $159,900, and it's partially furnished now. So some of the furniture that you'll see in some of these photos, you will be able to see when you go to look at the house. This right here is the living room. They've put hardwoods in the living room. It has a nice big picture window for you to look out onto the street. The square footage on the home, it runs just over 2,400 square feet, and it was built in 1969. So you have the appliances that come with this, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what comes with the house that they are leaving behind just to help the house be partially furnished. The couch and the love seat, a small table, some bookcases, the washer, the dryer, a refrigerator, some bookcases, a queen-size bed, some nightstands, some storage shelves, some twin beds, a sewing machine and cabinet. And then he's also leaving a lot of his tools that you might have seen in the garage. So he's leaving a chainsaw, tree pruner, a tree saw, electric lawnmower, and some cords. And so there's a lot that's going with this house for $159,900. So did you like the house when you saw it?
I loved it. I loved it. And the back porch is great.
Mm-hmm.
The downstairs is beautiful. They have a fireplace.
Yes, they do. I forgot about that.
And it's a beautiful fireplace. Great area, Bowman Hills area.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Now, if we could just get
her
husband on board, this house would have already been sold. But
it's not really the husband.
Oh.
It's the 16-year-old.
It's the young one.
You got to make the kids happy, you know.
Okay. Well, now he's only going to be there 2 years, you know.
I know.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, if you get a chance, please go by the house, 3705 Hillsdale, and just drive by it, look at it, and just as you see it, you'll say, wow, $159,900 for a house that's partially furnished. And if you're a guy, you get all that extra equipment that comes with the house, the man toys, I guess you'd call them. So,
thing I liked about it, Doc, is they can move right in.
Yes.
You can move right in. There's no painting to be done. No.
That's true.
There's no work to be done. It's move in tomorrow.
That's right.
That's one thing I liked.
Okay, great. So check that out. All right, well, we're starting back to school, and you're not starting back to school. How does it feel not to go back to school?
It feels great.
Does it feel strange to you?
It feels very strange. And as a matter of fact, Doc, today I substituted in the English class.
Okay.
Same thing I taught for 30 years.
Sure.
And felt like I hadn't left.
Okay.
And I walked the hallways and
everybody knew you,
and it was, you know, nobody. Some of them didn't even know I'd left because this is the first week of school. You know?
That's great.
But it's going to be great. I'm going to be able to be in touch with Bradley.
Okay.
and at the same time not have the responsibilities I had for 30 years.
And now you can pick the days that you want to go to work.
Pick the days.
That's kind of nice right there.
Pick the days, pick the classes.
Yeah.
It's-
This is the day I want to go to work. This is what I want to teach. This is what I'd like to be paid. That's kind of sweet.
And
We
I
don't
still,
have that luxury.
Still get to see the kids. I
Yeah.
tell you, working with teenagers is wonderful.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Well, then my hat's off to you.
It is awesome.
So you taught English. Did you diagram sentences?
Nope. Yeah, when I first started
Uh-huh.
30 years ago, it's a thing of the past now. But I did 30 years ago.
Okay. Well, in honor of Regina being on retirement,
Oh, no.
I came up with this thing on the website that says English is a crazy language. So I thought I would read this for you because you spent 30 years teaching English. So here we go. It says, let's face it, English is a crazy language. There is no egg in eggplant. There's no ham in hamburger. There's no apple or pine in pineapple. The English muffins weren't invented in England, and French fries weren't invented in France. Sweet meats are candies, not meat, and sweet breads, which aren't sweet or bread, are really meat. That's the first part. We take English for granted, so let's explore what's going on here. Boxing rings are square, and a guinea pig is neither from Guinea nor is it a pig. So why is it that English is so crazy? Why is it that writers write with their fingers, grocers don't gross, hammers don't ham, the plural of tooth is teeth, but why isn't the plural of booth beef? You got any explanations for any of these
No,
yet?
but let me tell you, that's one reason that English is the hardest subject.
believe it.
It's the hardest language for people to learn.
I don't know how somebody moving here could do this.
Hardest language because
Yeah.
of that.
So here's the question. Why is it one goose and two geese, but not one moose and two meese?
Good question.
Thank you, thank you.
Good question.
Okay. And if a vegetarian eats vegetables, what does a humanitarian eat? Humans? I thought that was a good question. Anyway, in what language do people recite a play and play at a recital? Ship by truck and send cargo by ship. Have noses that run and feet that smell. How can a slim chance and a fat chance be the same? While a wise man and a wise guy are opposites. English is truly a strange language, so I just wanted to see if you had an explanation.
That's why it takes strange teachers to teach it.
Okay, and so that's what's really wrong with you is you've taught English for 30 years.
Exactly.
Okay, well.
I mean, I could go on and on. The list is.
Oh, yeah, these
the
are
list
just some.
is, it doesn't stop on exceptions to this and exceptions to that. And
Right,
it's,
right.
It's really funny if you look at things.
Now, do you think that if we actually went to another culture that they have these same quirks, or do you think it's just English has these
I
quirks?
think it's just English.
I wonder why that is.
If you teach Spanish, the verbs stay the same, the nouns
they?
stay the same. Very few exceptions.
Huh. Because I always thought in Asian cultures, especially with all their little symbols.
Now, I
and
don't
things
know about that.
I'm thinking, that would be really difficult, if the line doesn't go all the way over here. What word did you just write, but.
I wonder that when I read some of the English papers. What
Yeah.
word did you just write?
Yeah.
What is this? It's Japanese.
Okay. But you enjoyed teaching English.
I loved it.
So did you see students get excited about English?
No.
No. It's
Well,
because it's a have-to course.
It's a have-to course, and they've
you
had
know?
the same thing.
It's like math. I did not like math. I was terrible
If you don't
at
like reading, you don't like English. If you
Sure.
don't like writing, you don't like English. So, and they've had it since they started school. So by the time I get them as 17-year-olds, it's just another subject.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing exciting.
And it's kind of late at that point to kind of
Right.
correct them, isn't it?
And they say, can't we read something interesting? I said, what? It's American literature.
Yeah.
What would you like to read?
Right.
It's tough, but I liked it.
You liked it. Well, you
I
must have.
liked it.
You did it for 30 years, so you must like it.
I like the kids.
But so in honor of Regina, we're just saying that English is a crazy language, and my hat's off to you. If I have one on, I take it off. My hat's off to you for
Well,
doing
thank
this for 30 years.
I got asked today, Doc, I guess because I'm retired,
Uh-huh.
and this is all seriousness. I was in a store, and the bookstore, and the lady said, I was talking about being retired, and she said, would you like to come to Walmart said, "We're looking for greeters,"
Greeters?
and
You'd
I
make
thought,
you'd make a great greeter, though. You really would. That'd be awesome.
and she was serious, but I like to come to Walmart and work as a greeter.
Well, you know what?
That's what happens when you retire from teaching.
Here's what I think. You do a good job of going and looking at all my houses because she's wanting to buy a house. So she goes and looks at all of them. So I think maybe you should just come and work for me. I can give you a smile.
There you go. I can
A lunch
do
once in
it.
a while. But all right. Well, we are going to hook up with our first guest here in just a moment. His name is Ben Helton with Mattress Outlet. But during this commercial break, I think you need to write down this address, 3705 Hillsdale, and make sure that you check out that house, right?
Beautiful house.
All right, and we'll be back shortly with Ben Helton. Great.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Alrighty, welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. I'm Doc Carbo with Keller Williams Realty, my guest host Regina, and we are here with Ben Helton from Mattress Outlet. And I asked him to come on the show because if there's anything I think all of us need, it's a good night's sleep. And if there's one thing most of us don't get, it's a good night's sleep. And so I don't know if you ever watched all these commercials, but you know, the Sleep Number bed, the Tempur-Pedic bed, the this bed, that bed, this foam, this pillow top. So I wanted Ben to kind of come in and talk a little bit about different kinds of beds, what's comfortable, what you kind of sell there in your showroom, and help us out to know what we should look for.
All right, Doc. What you should look for to start with is what's comfortable to you, because it doesn't matter what you look at if you can't sleep at night. I mean, that's the biggest problem with people not getting enough rest at night, is not being able to sleep. You got to have pressure relief, you have to have support, you need things in all these different areas of your body, and just getting a good night's sleep really is difficult, especially with everything that's out there to choose from. You have traditional type mattresses,
Right.
memory foam, Sleep Number, combinations of everything. I mean, it gets kind of crazy, and you need to know what you're doing. Thank goodness for the internet so people can do a little bit of research, but then you still need to be able to talk to a professional who's been in the industry, knows what they're doing, knows what they're talking about, and will just help you find a place to get a good night's rest.
Now, how does, when one comes into your showroom, how do you know where to take them? Like, I always think from TV, Tempur-Pedic must be the place to go. But that's a very expensive bed. But then they go and they sit on the bed. How can they lay on a bed for 30 seconds, 60 seconds and go, yep, that's the bed for me?
That's just it. You can't do that.
Okay.
You have to lay down on that mattress for a minimum of 5 minutes just to be able to get a good
Really?
feel of how it's going to be. And if you sleep on your back, try it on your back. If you do like most people who sleep on their side, but they start sleeping on their back, then they go to one side or the other. Do that in the store. And don't be worried about the salesperson. A lot of people are self-conscious.
Yes.
We're used to it. It doesn't bother us. We see it every day, all day long.
So when someone comes in to buy a mattress from you, they literally could spend a couple hours in there if they're truly gonna test out a mattress. I know, you're right. I always feel funny when I go in there. I'm like, I don't want to just keep laying down on all these beds, you know. But you're right. I mean, you could literally spend
Maybe you
hours
should
in there.
Open 24/7 and let them spend the night.
I've always
and
wondered
That
that.
would be
Try
a good
it
idea.
out.
And I will say there is a market in New York that does have that.
I would think that would go over well.
That would be an idea.
It has been a thought that's run through several people's minds in the industry. And really, Doc, you're right. 2 hours in the store is not uncommon. I've had customers literally stay in my store for over 5 hours trying to pick out a mattress and make the right decision.
Wow.
But that's the kind of customer that you actually like having in your store because they're going to be making the right decision for themselves. They're not coming in, feels good, I'll take it,
Right.
because they don't know.
So if they come into your store and they buy a mattress, they go home and they sleep on it for a day or two, and then they say, oh, I don't like it. They can't bring a mattress back, can they? I mean, once you buy it, that's it.
Yes, yes. In the state of Tennessee, which thank goodness for Tennessee's laws, they do have the
Okay.
strictest laws when it comes to mattresses.
Okay.
They have said, no, you cannot return a mattress. Tempur-Pedic has been able to work out with the state of Tennessee to give you a 90-day in-home trial with a money-back refund.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Now, there is a $250 restocking fee, and that is through
Right.
Tempur-Pedic to ship it back. But 90 days to try something. Yes, Tempur-Pedic is a little bit more expensive, but 90 days, and when you're looking at a mattress that literally will last you 30 to 40 years, that's not too much to ask.
True. So is Tempur-Pedic your best-selling bed, or is like the Sleep Number bed? What do you see that you sell the best?
I sell the best of memory foam, whether it be Tempur-Pedic,
Okay.
Serta's iComfort, or our locally owned brand, Tennessee Valley Mattress Memory Foam.
Okay.
But that is where the tradition or the trend is going, and that's for the pressure relief and support that you can get from it, because there's so many people with so many ailments now.
Now, is Tempur-Pedic then, I feel like I'm advertising for Tempur-Pedic, but it's the only one I know of that is supposed to be good for your health. Is the Sleep Number good for your health, or some of those other beds?
A lot of them are good. We do not carry Sleep Number in our stores.
Okay.
We used to carry Comfort Air a long time ago. They did kind of originate that technology, and kind of the way I look at that is it's a good concept that is yet to be perfected.
Okay.
Because if you sleep on an air mattress, how comfortable are you? Most people aren't very comfortable on air mattresses. But so why would you go spend several $1,000s to sleep on a really fancy air mattress?
Right.
When I do have a lot of customers who buy Sleep Numbers, then 2 to 3 years later come back in my store and say, I wish I would have bought that Tempur-Pedic to start with, and I'm buying it now.
Okay.
So I can't say yes or no about Sleep Number. I can say what I've seen with trends in my customers.
Sure. Now, do you also sell water beds? You know, that used to be the trend for a long time, and I've slept in water beds. And when you get
I had
used to
a
them,
water
they're
bed, and everybody
comfortable, so-
said then
Yeah.
it was the healthy one. It, you know, water bed you can sleep, and I never did like it.
That, like in some water beds, as are with other mattresses and other things in the industry, takes a select person or a distinct person to just fall in love with it right away.
Okay.
Others, it's an acquired taste. And water beds are gone.
Are they really?
Yes. I don't know of anywhere other than, say, Amazon or eBay where you can even find
Really?
parts for them.
Boy, I'm behind. That tells you how long it's been since I've bought a bed. Huh.
Well, maybe you should come see me.
Oh, I know I need to. My mattress is 20 years old, and I think about it all the time. I'm like, Ben, if you guys would go by Hillsdale Avenue, I would come buy a mattress.
Go by Hillsdale Avenue so Doc can come in and buy a mattress.
I like your thinking. I like your thinking. Now, your showroom and everything, tell us where it's located and a little bit about your hours and, you know, those kinds of things so people will know where to come when they want to come shopping.
Okay, the showroom, it's located at 800 Stewart Road, just down the street from Jordan's Barbecue. The hours are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 1 to 5.
So a lot of hours for people to come in and check you
A
out.
lot of hours, a lot of hours. You can't say that there's not a time frame available for you because we're there all the time. And if you get there at 7 o'clock, don't think we're going to lock the doors on you because we will stay. I've been at the store till 10 o'clock at night before with customers, and I do not mind it because I want people to get a good night's sleep.
Wow. And you're down in that little,
Down in the hole.
down in the hole. So if you go by Jordan's Barbecue or come back from it and you don't see them, it's because they're down.
Yes,
Down
we
there.
do have some signage out by the road so you can kind of see where we are, but we do have that.
Okay.
Do you have payment plans for
Yeah.
people?
Yes,
Payment
we
plans.
do.
Good
We do. We
question.
do. Thank you. We have layaway. We do not charge for our layaway like some companies do.
Okay.
Then we also have interest-free financing, and we have a couple of different people that we can go through for that with different length of terms on that.
Okay. Now, are you running any specials right now? Or will you be running any specials like for Labor Day or something like that that they might be interested in knowing
Yes,
about?
Doc, we are. Right now we're running for Serta, their iComfort and iSeries Perfect Days free box spring. That can help out a lot, several $100s in the cost of box springs. So by getting free box springs, you get the support you need under the mattress, and it's free. And also for Memorial Day, Tempur-Pedic is actually running one of their very few sales. They're having a model closeout sale that can save up to $200. So saving money on a Tempur-Pedic, the best mattress that you can buy, really is a good thing to do.
Okay. And that's coming up over the Labor Day weekend then?
Yes, ma'am.
So you'll be busy that weekend?
Extremely busy. That's one of the busiest
Is it?
weekends of the year for us.
Is it really?
Yes.
Is it because of the sale or is it just because of the weekend?
Because of the weekend and the sale. It's
Okay.
a 3-day weekend. It's a Monday, so everybody's been able to cook and barbecue and all that stuff before Monday. Monday, they're ready to go take care of things, what they need to do before they go back to work. So it's really good for everybody all the way around.
Now, with the beds that you sell, do you sell headboards and the frames and everything with it?
Yes, Doc.
All pillows,
Yes.
all of that kind of?
Yeah, we sell headboards, footboards, frames, pillows, mattress protectors, pillow protectors, a whole gamut of stuff.
Do mattress protectors really work? Because I'm in a group with Ben, and he came in and talked to us one time about bed bugs, which just really kind of creeped me out. And you talked about mattress covers. Do those really work?
They do really work. They do. They totally seal and encase your mattress to keep all of the stuff out that you don't want in there out. And I could really gross y'all out with some
don't.
stuff, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go
Maybe
there.
another show. If y'all really want to
Maybe.
hear about bed bugs sometime, we'll go out there another day.
But they do work. 100% guarantee on them, and the manufacturers of the protectors put great warranties on their products, and when you purchase one at the same time you purchase the mattress from an authorized retailer of those products like we are, there's an additional warranty added on there that's
Right.
really good.
Good, good. Well, our time is almost up. So let's tell them the address again, and if you would also give them a phone number to reach you if they have any questions. I think that'd be
Okay,
good.
thank you, Doc. Again, the address is 800 Stewart Road, just down the road from Jordan's Barbecue, and the phone number is 472-7062.
All right. Well, I hope you've learned something about that. I know a lot of people that have bought mattresses from Ben. He's very service, client, customer oriented. So definitely check that out, and I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. And I do know this, he will take his time with you. So
Yes.
So definitely go down there and check out Mattress Outlet. You need a mattress?
I need a bed.
You need a bed.
We'll come over and we'll take care of all of it, and we'll get that 16-year-old
I
something
need a house too.
Yeah, so she needs a house bed. She just needs everything, folks. So
Sounds like we've got something we could work out with her.
yeah, I think so. All right, well, thank you for being here, Ben, and we'll be back shortly after the break. And in the meantime, check out Hillsdale, and while you're at it, get in the phone book and check out Mattress Outlet. All right, we'll see you in just a bit.
Thank you, Doc.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Alrighty, welcome back. We are here with our second guest. This is Chris Knapp. He's with Window Genie. And I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about Window Genie here in just a moment. But if you've ever seen this hippies-looking van driving around Cleveland that's very multicolored, that will probably be him. And I think everybody is drawn to that van. I know the first time I saw it, I was like, and then I saw this young man in there. I thought, well, he's not a hippie, so, you know. Then I looked at the side and realized that he actually had a business. So he cleans windows, but you do a whole lot more, right?
I do.
All
I
righty.
do.
So first of all, let's talk a little bit about what is the most basic thing you do, which is cleaning windows. And
Absolutely.
then let's talk about some of the other things that you also can help people with.
Sure. As the slogan goes, it's We clean windows and a whole lot more. And I do interior, exterior window cleaning. That includes the sills, frames, screens, anything you can think of, pulling the grids out, cleaning them. If you've seen garage windows, they are notorious for getting
sure.
dirty. So I
Yeah.
can take care of all those needs. I also offer window tinting, which is great for beating that summer heat. And it actually does have some insulation value for wintertime. So something to think about. It's a kind of an all-season product.
Is your window tinting just one shade or one tint, or have you
No,
got several
it's-
different things you can choose from?
Right, it's pretty much what you're looking for, whether it be privacy, security, or if you're looking for heat, glare, or just UV protection. I have complete blackout tint all the way to,
Wow.
tint that you don't even know is there. And I carry any kind of brand that you would want.
Okay.
I really push for a brand called Huper Optic. Huper Optic is, bar none, the best on the market you can buy. It
Okay.
has a nano-ceramic technology, which translates to it's not utilizing any kind of metals or dyes for those factors of, the heat coming through UV. So basically, it's a lifetime kind of tint. And so you don't have to worry about, oh man, well, it's been 15 years since the tint's been on the window. I'm sure it's faded. No, it has a limited lifetime warranty, and it's a great product. I also do shades and blinds. Another big thing has been solar shades. If maybe you're looking for some type of window covering, if you've been in Cracker Barrels or even Crystals, they actually have a shade that comes down and you can see through it, but you're blocking out the UV light, also the heat. Another great product. I can do the really popular plantation shutters. I know that's quite a
Right.
rage in
Yes.
more of the upscale homes, and it'll definitely make a statement in a room.
So you hang them, measure them, and do all that?
Yeah, you come in, measure,
Okay.
and then I'll talk to the company and they custom build them for your windows.
Okay.
So really cool stuff.
Sounds like it. Now, on the tinting, I do want to ask you this. So
Yeah,
when you
sure.
put the tinting on the window in the summertime, it's to keep all the heat out.
Correct.
But in the wintertime, would it, if the sun is beating down on the house, and would it keep the house or the room from getting warm?
Yeah, it does. It'll block that heat. And actually, what I was saying with the tint, it actually does absorb a lot of that heat.
Okay.
So you have that blockage. But like I was saying, it does offer some insulation value if
Okay.
you wanted to keep some heat in the home, but not as much as, say, during the summertime when you're looking to keep the house cool.
Like this past summer when,
Correct. Correct.
yes,
Correct.
when it was brutal.
Right.
Okay.
Another one of my big services has been pressure washing. And
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of house washes. So
I'll
you've
bet.
seen a lot of homes that have masonite siding,
Mm-hmm.
vinyl siding. They'll get that mold and mildew on the side. Well,
Yes.
I offer a low pressure house wash.
So that you don't get the water underneath the vinyl.
Correct.
Good,
Correct.
good, good,
and
good.
it's one of those things that siding can be damaged, even if it
Mm-hmm.
is vinyl. There's a process that happens called oxidation, where the sun is just basically broke down the vinyl, and I can work with that. It's all low pressure, and you don't have to worry about seeing your name written on the side of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes care of gutters, soffit, and I do spray off windows. So you have those cobwebs, I'll take them down.
You'll take them down.
Correct. And in addition to house washing, I offer concrete cleaning, which
Mm-hmm.
that includes sidewalks, driveways, any kind of masonry. I also do decks as well.
Okay.
And I can also seal your concrete as well as your decks.
Oh, you can?
So,
Okay.
And as far as decks, you can do any kind of color. I have that option, whatever you want,
Mm-hmm.
from a natural all the way to maybe a darker red cedar color.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Options are endless.
Do you give estimates? I mean, if people call you
I do.
and say, this is what I want, what kind of deal will you give me for, if I want my deck, my windows,
Absolutely.
my side? So you'll give an estimate to people
Right.
on what it would cost.
Correct. And what I love about this business is that in addition to all these services I offer, I can bundle them together to offer you a better deal. And you got to think about it. I'm a licensed, insured, and bonded professional.
That's key right there.
Correct. And it's a
Absolutely.
one-stop shop. You don't have to plan your whole week with, well, this guy's coming here to do this guy's coming over here to do this, and then that can be very stressful, especially
Sure.
if your time is very valuable and you've got things to do. So Most jobs I can complete in one day. When it comes to more of the concrete ceiling or deck sealing, that of course takes a little while longer, just the preparation. But for the most part, most jobs are done in a day. So really, it's wonderful.
Now, do you also clean out the gutters and put on gutter
Yes.
guards and other things?
That is one of our services.
Okay.
Yes, I
you do that
clean
also?
out gutters, and my insurance covers me all the way up to 3 stories. So if you've got 4-story home, I'm sorry. I can't
Yep,
help
can't do it.
But it's something that, yes, I am covered all the way up to 3 stories. I can clean out your gutters, wash the downspouts, and also, I mean, if you wanted the gutters pressure washed out, I can do that as well. Keeps them nice and clean. But and again, you can add as many options as you want.
Is there any other things that you do besides those things you've already mentioned? 'Cause
Well,
every time I hear you, I learn something new. I'm like, well, I didn't know he did that.
well, one of the other things, tile and grout cleaning. That is
Okay.
a service. I push it more in the winter months. That's when
Sure.
a lot of the holidays are around, and you want your house looking great. So that's something a lot of people have been interested in, and I utilize an industrial cleaner
Okay.
to really dig deep down into the pores of the grout, clean it out. And what I recommend also is sealing your grout, because it's by the manufacturer, it's about every 3 to 5 years you should get your tile sealed. That way you prevent any further staining, and
Okay.
it actually extends the life. So, especially with any kind of water penetration, I highly recommend it.
Okay.
But it definitely, it's a huge transformation. And again, this is, I like to cater to residential customers, but I
Okay.
mean, I have no problem going into a commercial business and quoting them on anything. So.
Okay. Now, are you the whole crew? Do you have a crew that works with you, or
Yes,
some help? Or
I wear many hats.
yes,
I am,
yes. I mean, if you're doing all these different jobs, I'm thinking you've got to have some
and
people that are working with you.
I do.
Okay.
I'll have temporary help that comes, and again, I'm still a fairly new business, and so it has been a great learning experience, and I've had a lot of fun. I've built a lot of great relationships with my customers, and it's coming along. It's coming along, and I'm looking for that right guy for the lead technician spot, and
Okay.
then that way we can really grow Window Genie into a staple of Cleveland.
Now, because you're mainly you with
Yes.
some help, do you have set hours that you work? Do you do jobs on Saturday or Sunday, or I mean, how do
Yes.
you kind of
Well,
tailor make it so you're not just working
Oh yeah,
24/7?
yeah. I mean, and I could actually see myself doing that
Yes,
because it's like, Chris, calm down. But Monday through Friday, I work from 8:30 to 5, and if it's been rainy and stuff, I will work on Saturday, because I know with people's schedules sometimes, and especially mine too, I want to make sure that everything's taken care of. So I use Saturday as pretty much an overflow day.
Okay. But typically, you would
Correct.
prefer not to work on a Saturday or
Yeah,
Sunday if it were
that's
possible.
kind of one of my catch-up days for just my own personal stuff at home. So it's been interesting. It's almost being my own business owner. It's been a 24/7.
How long
kind of
have you
job.
had the business?
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
and it's been great. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And what made you pick this? Of all businesses you could pick to do, why did you pick
Well,
Window Genie?
It's interesting you say that. Okay, 2 years ago, I was working at a pharmacy, and I was working part-time as a mover. So I was thinking, well, this is really not, I had 2 college degrees, and I was thinking, well, this is not exactly what I wanted to be doing for the rest of my life. So I was actually just talking to my dad one day. I said, Dad, I've got to, there's something else out there for me. I don't know what it is, but there's something out there. And so my dad said, well, I was listening to Let's Talk Money on 102.3, and he said, there's a guy, Bruce Krebs. You might want to give him a call. He helps people to get into business for themselves via franchise. And I said, what the heck? Why not? I'll give him a call. I gave Bruce a call, and what a great man. What a really cool guy. I just hit it off right with him, and we set up an appointment. We just get to know each other, and that's what I like. It was just no pressure, and I consider him a good friend. And well, after I qualified, you got to think, he's interviewing me. It's like, is this person set out to be his own boss? And well, apparently I passed.
Okay, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So I had he had presented me with 6 options to look into, and I could knock right off the bat 2. Then I had 4. Then I went through some calling, just find out more. Then I eliminated another 2 franchises. Well, Window Genie, just when I was first presented with it, I just had my heart set on it. And so I had actually made a trip up to Columbus, Ohio,
Okay.
and I met corporate Window Genie. I've actually met the founder of Window Genie.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. And he's a great guy, just down to earth, and that pretty much sold me on Window Genie.
Okay.
And great model. I've never regretted my decision since.
Well, great. Well,
What
great.
is your degree in?
Marketing, and I've got an associate's in science as well from Cleveland State. So
All righty, good.
great.
Well, tell the people how they can contact you. Give them an email address. Give them a phone number. How's the best way for them to contact you? So if you got windows, gutters, driveways,
Anything.
houses,
Clean
grout,
chandeliers, you
anything.
name
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he does do chandeliers,
Yes.
those things that nobody else wants to do. So how can they
Absolutely.
contact you when they go look at those things and go, I don't want to do that?
What, the best way to reach me is by my business phone number, which is 423-472-6642. And I mean, you can see my van out in town, which it's hard to miss, but the number's on there as well. You might want to also visit my website, www.windowgenie.com. Also, you might want to check out Rely Local page. Window Genie is on there as well. Also, look for me in Mint Magazine. I've got
okay.
deals that go on there. Also, Google, I do have special ads going. So pretty much I am everywhere.
Well, that's good to know. Now, do you run any specials? I know you said you can bundle things.
Correct.
But are you doing, like with our last guest, we asked him if he was running any sales or any specials. Do you have anything, end of the year specials, or anything like that that you can tell them about?
Right. As of right now on Rely Local page, anyone who signs up and mentions Rely Local, I will give you a free can of Window Genie glass cleaner. It is the greatest stuff. It's a multi-purpose cleaner, but it's wonderful for windows and tinted windows. It will not streak. Also, right now, I've been doing the Mint Magazine specials. I mean, you're looking probably $25, $35 off of any of my services.
Okay.
But I also offer multi-service discounts if you bundle 3 or more services. So.
Okay, okay. And if they want a job done quickly, how much notice do they have to give you? Like, oh, I have a party this weekend and this has to be done,
At least it depends on the seasons. Most of the time, I prefer a few days, at least a couple days. Give me a heads up. I can somehow work magic.
You are a genie.
I am a genie. It does come handy.
Yes.
But during my peak seasons, which would be more in the fall, all the way up into the wintertime, and in spring,
Okay.
you might want to give me a week's notice.
All right, great. Well, thank you for being here with us.
I appreciate it. It's been
if
great.
If you need any of those things done, I highly recommend Chris to you. Give him a call. Check out his website or go to the Rely Local website and give him a try. We've heard nothing but good things about him, so thank you for being here.
Thank you,
And
Dawn.
we'll look forward to hopefully
Appreciate
somebody out there giving you a call.
I hope so.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
This is Doc Carmo with Keller Williams. I'm here with Regina. We're here with our third and final guest. Did we save the best for last?
Yes, we did.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got here Sonia, and she is with Top Tech Automotive, Sonia Crago, and she's gonna. I actually take my car there to be serviced, and I asked her husband, and he told me that she would be a much better salesperson than he is. So he bowed out graciously, handed it off to you, and that's how we got Sonia. And so I know you're going to do a good job on telling us how to winterize our cars, right?
I think he was a little intimidated. I think he's chicken.
Yeah, I think he was afraid his head would shine in
Yeah,
the lights.
he shaves his head. He looks like Mr. Clean.
Yes, he
so
does.
He kind of might, shine under these lights. We might have to powder him down a little bit.
You might. But tell us a little bit about, it's hard to think about winterizing your cars when you're sitting here sweating to death during the afternoons here. But we know that season will come, and they're saying that winter will be just as bad as what summer was. I mean, they're saying it's going to be kind of brutal. So how can we get our cars ready for winter?
Well, the first thing that you need to do is think about your coolant and your battery.
Okay.
That automatically comes to mind. I have a little cheat sheet here, so it'll help me. If your coolant, you should have it tested. You should see if you have the correct level of antifreeze. Some people will mix antifreeze with water. They don't have straight antifreeze. Mm-hmm. And that's where you get dangerous. You want to have at least a 50-50 mixture of antifreeze or straight antifreeze in there. There's a chemical in antifreeze called ethylene glycol, and it breaks down over time. So it is the chemical that causes it to not freeze, and also the chemical that makes it non-corrosive. So over time, it becomes corrosive and it breaks down, so it will freeze. The recommendations usually is about every 2 years, about every other winter, but you can always have it tested just to be sure, make sure that your antifreeze is up to par where it should be so that it's still working properly.
And the antifreeze is put into for each region of the country, right? Like, that we don't go below 10 below, we'll say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But your local garage, if you don't know that, they usually sell antifreeze appropriate to
Oh, do they?
the
Okay.
region that you're in.
Okay.
So you can buy a tester if you and if you're not confident enough, you can have we can test it for free for you. If you're not confident on what you're doing, it's not hard to test your antifreeze. But as a general rule, some people just go ahead and have your coolant flushed every 2 years because they just don't want to worry about it.
Right.
Some people want to just leave it in your hands, and we'll send you a letter, reminder letter saying it's time, and they want to just leave it in your hands, and you can just flush their cooling system every 2 years, and they never have to worry about it or think about it. Did I test it or didn't I test it? When was the last time I tested it? So your coolant is an important thing. Your battery is another thing. You also need to have your battery tested, and you need to see if it's at the correct cranking amps. You would want to look and see if it's got corrosion around it, if the cables are connected properly. Sometimes they loosen up, sometimes they break. So you would want to have your battery checked and see if you need to have that replaced.
Can you tell by looking at a battery how much life is left in it?
You can't.
You can't.
No. And sometimes you can't even, sometimes you can get in your car and you can drive, you can go to the Walmart, you'll have no signs whatsoever that you
Right.
need to replace your battery. You'll just go in Walmart, come out with 15 bags, start your car up, and nothing.
Exactly.
And so it's always really, really important to have your battery checked in the wintertime to make sure that you have the correct cranking amps.
How
to
long
get you
is a
through the
battery good for?
They sell batteries and they say that they're 5, 6, 7-year
Right.
batteries. Honestly, batteries are probably 3 to 4 years. Most batteries usually are about 3 to 4 years. But sometimes manufacturers have, if you have an original battery from your manufacturer, those for some reason seem to last a little bit longer than aftermarket batteries. But usually after an aftermarket battery, you're looking 4 years is good. Is good. So your battery, your coolant, you might want to check your windshield washer fluid. It shouldn't freeze. So you should keep a full container of windshield washer fluid in there. Your windshield wipers
Need to be checked.
need to be checked, probably replaced, because the summer gets them really dry, really hot,
Okay.
cracks them. So it's a good thing to look at your windshield wipers.
And you guys can do all that if you just brought a car in and said, look,
Winterize
I
it?
don't know anything.
Right.
Can you take care of my car?
Yes. We can look it over and tell you what you need.
And you'll fix it, do it.
Right.
Do all
We
that.
can do all that. We've got batteries there. We've got windshield wiper blades there. We've got battery cables. We've got it. We can
You
flush
can
your
fix it.
coolant. We can do anything that you need, whatever you'd like.
What about tires?
There you go. That was my next
I was
point.
going to say, I'm from the north, so I
Yeah.
know all about, snow tires, winter tires, and
Yeah.
plugging in your car. So
Yeah.
I know all about that.
If
but
you got a diesel, it's real important to plug your car in.
is
'Cause
it
you
even
might
down
not-
here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You might not get it started in the mornings if you don't
Really?
plug it
Oh, I
in.
know. I moved here from North Dakota, and I
What do you
mean,
mean
you
plug
go
it
part
in?
the snow and find your.
How do you plug in
Diesels, you plug in. Diesels, they have glow plugs. They don't have spark plugs. They have glow plugs. And they have to, it has to heat up a little bit before it starts. So you can plug in your diesel.
Yeah.
Huh.
I remember in North Dakota, I'd walk out the door and I could not see my car. I knew it was out there, and I'd just follow the cord, and then there'd just be this little patch of melted stuff right there, and then you'd have to spend the next hour brushing everything off. But the car would not crank without
Yeah.
that. Block heaters,
Yeah.
they called them. It's crazy. So tires, what about tires for this part of the country?
Well, you want to check your tire tread depth, and the terminology is it doesn't need to be any less than 2/32. That doesn't mean anything to you. So what you can do is you can take a penny, and Abraham Lincoln has a very high hairline, but you can take Abraham Lincoln and you can turn him head down and put him in your tire tread. And if you can see the top of his head, if you can see right here, then you probably need to have your tires replaced.
Seriously,
Yes.
that is the technology for checking the
that's
tire.
that's a layman's. That's an easy way for you to do it, and you to do it, and for me to do it without you having to come in and say, "Hey, I think we will check your tires." But if you're really scared and you need to know right now whether or not you need tires, you can do that penny test, and that's easy.
So you what, you can't see the head, or you should?
You want to put him face down. You want to take a penny and take Abraham Lincoln, and you want to put him face down into your tread.
Okay.
And if you can see the top of his head here, so you've got this much of the penny left. So if you can see the top of his head, then you need new tires. The tread depth is low enough that you need new tires.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah. And you need to check the pressure, your pressure tire, because a lot of times your tire pressure will drop in the wintertime. It'll go up in the summertime. You'll get better fuel mileage if you keep your tires inflated correctly, but it will usually drop in the wintertime. And so you want to get it back up to that correct PSI. And if you don't know what that is, it's written on the outside of your tire. Or you can bring it to me and we'll check your tire pressure ourselves. I mean, we do it all the time. So because some people don't know where to look, it's written on the outside what your tire pressure should be. So you can take a tire gauge and you can check that and make sure that you don't overfill it. You fill it exactly to where that tire's recommendation is, or you can if you overfill it, you can blow your tires up on the interstate.
And nobody wants to do that.
And nobody wants to do that.
Okay. Now, are you? Do you guys run specials? You know, everybody I've had on the show today.
I have
like,
specials
what kind of
every
specials?
single month. Usually, we don't. We send our existing customers a newsletter every month, and they get our coupons that are in.
Yes, I've got $5 off on my next.
Yeah.
Service.
So if you visit me, you always get a thank you card, and you'll get a $5 off card with that thank you card, and you will get a newsletter, and it will always have specials in there. Now, if you come in and say, "Hey, I seen you on this show,"
okay,
I'll make sure that we treat you right and give you a special. I don't have a special for the general public. I
Okay.
do believe we do have a $5 off on Rely Local, though.
Okay, all right.
That is something I just now thought about. We do
Okay.
normally keep something on Rely Local, and I think it's $5 off.
All righty.
But we will, if you want to have your battery checked, if you come in and say that you've seen us from the show, then we'll check your battery for free.
All right, great. Well, tell them where you're located and tell them a phone number and how to contact you, and we'll wrap this up. So
We're at 2417 Thompson Lane, which is right off of Georgetown Road. If you know where Clinging Ridge Baptist Church is or Truck and Trailers USA is, you turn right beside Truck and Trailers USA, and you turn onto Thompson Lane. We're up on the hill. We've been there for 20 years. The phone number there is 423-478-2964.
Great. All right. Well, thank you
You're
for
welcome.
that information.
Thank you.
I am going to go try the penny trick. I'm telling you, that's exciting. Regina, good to be with you again, girl, and get back
Good
on
to see
track.
you again.
And where do I want them to go? I want you to go to Hillsdale and check out my listing on
And
there.
then go buy a new bed for the new house.
And then get your car winterized.
get your house washed.
Get your house washed.
You know.
So we
get a
got
house.
everybody covered
and
today.
then get your car fixed up. You're good to go.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
Maybe we should get together and do a package.
Hey,
Yeah. There
I'll
you
do
go.
it.
There you go.
I'm looking for a job.
The women.
There you go.
Well, thank you for being here with us, and we hope you've gotten some great information today. Again, I'm Doc Carbo with Keller Williams Realty. And what's my slogan? If you want opportunity to knock, you talk to Doc. And we will see you next month. Thank you, everybody.